things I find off-putting with using Godot. So I first want to preface this very strongly with these are things I find off-putting, probably to a large degree because of how I learned programming, which was a lot of self-taught stuff back in the late 70s on my TRS-80. And so I have some ideas going in my head and stuff, but I like to think of programs as something that I could, if necessary, print out on a piece of paper and look through and see, okay, this is starting here, going through here, calls this routine, does this, then comes back. And I like to think of that in terms of like a linear progression through things. So two things I've just noticed recently that I find bothersome. One is timers and how timers work. And you've got this click thing for the timer when you can set it to be one shot or auto start. And this is like hidden in the timer node, and it's going to affect how it runs. And if I'm just looking at program code and I'm expecting, okay, the timer, and it's going to do the timer thing, and it's not doing that, like, I have to think, oh, and I have to go look at that node and see what the things were clicked and set to. And the more complicated the project is, the more these timers can be buried deeper and deeper in things that I have to remember to dig down to look in that timer node to see if the thing is there. Whereas if I was just following a flow of execution, I'd see, oh, I called the timer and didn't set it with the right parameters when I called it, as opposed to they're hidden within a node that I have to click on and then look in the inspector. Similarly with the input map, like it's very clever and nice and looks wonderful and all that great stuff. But if I make a typo in the input map, like I'm setting up WASD and I hit Q instead of A, and then I'm trying to do go left. I'm thinking, oh, there must be something wrong in my code because I'm saying if the input is left, why isn't it going left? And it's like, well, because I typed a Q instead of an A, but it's not anywhere in my code. I can look at all those scripts and be like, where is this? Why isn't it working? I'm saying input left and it's not doing it. So I find that kind of thing very off-putting. And it just mentally slows me down to worry about it. And I don't know if it's something that'll eventually go away as I just get more familiar with it. But that's a thing. Like I said, I'm not the most familiar with this. And it's not like my natural thinking of programming. So if someone has any ideas, suggestions of ways to look at it better or deal with it better, love to hear them, because like I said, I'm finding this to be a problem for me, and I'm not sure if it's even a problem for anyone else. It just might not be, especially if like that's just always the way things have been. It's just for me, it's not how things have always been. Anyway, that's my little these things. Please like the video for the YouTube algorithm.